Welcome back to the NCAA Women's Selection Special presented by Capital One.
On the one final regional, we know for sure the top three overall seeds who will be facing in the first round. Teams are standing by as just Sacramento Regional 4 remains. The number one seed.
Number one seed is going to be South Carolina Gamecocks.
Who actually lost in the SEC championship.
And I know they did lose in the SEC championship game against the Longhorns.
Enter the tournament with a chip on their shoulder, certainly battle tested by the SEC and deeper than ever. Dominant sophomore jump by Joyce Edwards, who leads their stacked post lineup. But they have great chemistry amongst stars, David Johnson, Tanaya Latson, and of course, Tournament Tessa. South Carolina has everything they need to make a huge run. As you know, they're the only team to make the last Final Fours. They'll be taking on either the Southern Jaguars or the Stanford Bulldogs.
I think on either Southern or Stanford.
We'll delay. All right, let's take a look at the 8th seed in this region. That is the Clemson Tigers. I feel like I should cheer for them every once in a while. You know what I mean? It is my school. I'm hyped. We didn't have a great win. Did yours this season? I didn't go. I went to two. I went to two schools. One for grad school and one for undergrad. I didn't transfer. All right, they'll be taking on the 9th seed in this region. That is the USC Trojans for their 20th NCAA tournament appearance. Excited for the debut of Jazzy Davidson, Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
Do you claim this school, Chene, or?
Why would she?
She claims every school in California, every school in Texas is Chene's school.
USC,
I'm just saying.
That's a lot of schools.
She does.
All right, let's take a look at the 4th seed in this one. I know Andrea is very excited to see Oklahoma here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this high-powered offense from Oklahoma. I was in the building when they upset South Carolina. Freshman point guard Aaliyah Chavez scored 15 of the 26 points in overtime to get that win, and all of their losses are against ranked teams. I'm excited to see Oklahoma.
He's the babysitter. The babysitter. She's very cute.
The Idaho
Vandals.
Vandals.
Tournament appearance. That's their first appearance since 2016. They're high. Oh, look, they got the whole Idaho Vandals are dancing. Yeah, the medals. I like the medal. Already got bling.
Program record 29 wins. Where the medal?
Yes. All right, the 5 seed in this region. Michigan State for their 21st NCAA tournament appearance. Charlie, what stands out to you about this work?
We've talked about some great sophomores so far tonight. Kennedy Blair is another one we haven't mentioned. She could be the key to Michigan State sort of breaking those 4 losses in the last 6 games and move on in the tournament.
You know what it is to Mew? Because that's what she was just doing there. Mewing. Do you guys know what that is?
No, I love your advanced stats.
Okay, thank you. They'll be taking on the 12th seed. That is Colorado State for their 7th tournament appearance. They have 27 wins. That's the 3rd most wins in program history and most since 2015-16. All right, the 3 seed in this region, that'll be TCU for their 11th NCAA tournament appearance.
Number 3 seed, TCU Home Frogs.
TCU team. They make 9 threes per game. They have a great inside-out punch of Olivia Miles and Marcus Suarez. Olivia Miles, of course, 5 triple-doubles this season alone. But the way they play, the pace with which they play, they can put a lot of points on the board.
Friend of the show. All right, they'll be taking on the 14 UC San Diego Tritons.
UC San Diego Tritons.
NCAA tournament appearance.
Here it comes.
Okay, so since Stanford's not in the tournament, I'm going to shout out Tara Vanderveer's sister, Heidi Vanderveer.
Oh!
San Diego, the Tritons. So, isn't it fair? I feel like,
Are you going to claim them as your school?
she's claiming Heidi and Tara as family.
That was actually hilarious. That was actually hilarious. Good shout out there.
Thank you.
All right, the 6th seed in this one. That is the Washington Huskies for their 21st NCAA tournament
Washington
appearance.
Huskies.
Their first 20-win season since 2016-17 when Kelsey Plum led them to the Sweet 16. They'll be taking on the 11th seed in South Dakota State.
South Dakota State. Jack Rabbits.
Since joining D1 in 2005-6. All right, the 2 seed, the Iowa Hawkeyes for their 32nd second NCAA tournament.
Iowa Hawkeyes.
About this Iowa team, the duo Hannah Stolke, the Hayden Chit Chat, already coming off of ball screens. I know they lost to UCLA in the tournament, but they pulled off some upsets as well this season. I'm excited to see what Iowa can do.
A better free.
Excellent,
I
excellent.
love when they do that. They'll be taking on the 15th seed in this region.
Philly Dickinson
Sheridan
Knights.
Dickinson, for their second NCAA tournament appearance. The last one was last season, where they lost in the first round to TCU. All right, the 7th seed. That is the Georgia Bulldogs.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Coach
My
knows
team,
how to coach
Georgia
defense.
Bulldogs.
This Georgia team knows how to play defense. They only give up 61 points a game. That is what's going to carry them in this NCAA tournament.
Their 22 wins are tied for its most in the last 8 seasons. They'll be taking on either the Cavs or the Sun
Take on
Devils.
Virginia Capitals or Arizona State Sun Devils. Either.
There we go.
There's a team that has not lowered their sight.
All right, let's take a look at the entire bracket. In this region, South Carolina, the #1 seed for Sacramento, Region 4. You're waiting to see whether or not they were going to be a 3 seed or a 4 seed, so then now we know their path. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a bracket.
We got a bracket.
We got a bracket.
I'm thinking about, we all know what the demographic is for women's college basketball fans watching this and the celebrations and just saying, what is happening? You think people don't know the TikTok dances? I think some of our audience may not. Yeah, okay, that
Well, they're going to learn in the tournament. People going to hit threes and they're going to start hitting these types of moves. But honestly, my takeaway, particularly from this region, is that championship week is so crucial. The impact of the SEC tournament now sends South Carolina to Sacramento.
Yeah.
But I feel like Andrea, their path actually is not too bad.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I mean, going to Sacramento, having to go across the country, that is tough for South Carolina. But when I look at their potential path, you can't be mad as a Gamecock fan.
And they're going across the country once, because if they make it to the Final
right.
Four, you're staying in the same time zone.
Yep.
And they get that shot at Oklahoma, perhaps. The only team in the SEC that beat them this year. That would be an interesting game.
Obviously, South Carolina, not a stranger to the Final Four. We'll see who has the easiest path as a 1 seed. We'll talk about that a little bit later as we welcome in our 6th member of our show, Holly Rowe.
How dare you assume that people in our demographic don't know the TikTok dances, Rebecca? Stay tuned. We're talking to the committee chair when we come back.
We'll be right back
That was great.
on the other side. But
You're not the demographic.
Come out and the stars to shine. Bring it to the tournament.
we'll be right back on the other side.